Hello everyone, this is Uncle Yeow. I'm now at the Woodlands Botanical Gardens, which is on top of Woodlands Town Park East. And I'm going to talk to a very interesting person, alright? He's not only the founder of Woodlands Botanical Garden, but he's also the chief governor. So everybody, this is Ganesh.
Hi everyone.
Okay, now Ganesh, I think today I would like to discuss with you the latest initiative, which is the 1 million tree initiative that was actually launched in 2020 by Minister Desmond Lee of MND. All right. Now, a bit of a background. Lee Kuan Yew was the one who first started the green movement in Singapore. Okay. And what happened was, at the time, nobody actually believed in greenery, climate change. So he was actually at the forefront of it. All right. So in 1963, he started tree planting in Singapore. And that's how we got our tree planting campaign going. And over the last 50 years, I think we have planted more than 2 million trees. So this 1 million tree initiative, which is to be completed by 2030, would be very timely, all right, and would add a lot more to our greenery. So what do you think of this initiative?
Okay, I think it's a brilliant initiative that I hope many countries will start to follow. Because globally we are experiencing global warming, right?
Okay.
It's a global phenomenon. Yeah, it's in the name itself. So we need to do what we can to actually at least slow it down. I mean, it's difficult to stop it, but we should at least try to slow it down. And nothing does it better than planting trees.
Ah,
Yeah, because when you're under a tree, it could be 1, 2, even 3 degrees lower than how it is outside the tree. Yeah, so the shade makes a lot of difference, and especially building more residential areas, which we don't have a choice, right? We need homes. Yeah, so there's a lot more concrete coming up around us. Yeah, so I do hope that we plant more trees, and it's wonderful because with this 1 million tree projects, more trees are also planted in the new residential estates, the new BTOs. So this makes the overall area even cooler. Yeah, so I think it's a brilliant initiative.
And do you know the good news is 1 million tree by 2030, but in actual fact, we have already surpassed the 500,000 mark. And now it is envisaged that by 2027, we have done already 1 million trees.
Oh.
So it means by 2030, it could be 1.5 million trees. All right. Now, Singapore in total, we have all about 8 million over trees. So that, like you said, that gives us a very good environment and actually brings down the surface temperature by 2 to as high as 9 degrees Celsius. So I was quite amazed. And not only that, more importantly, the greenery will actually help to increase our rainfall. So greenery do attract rainfall. So all these are all pluses for Singapore, especially our hot climate.
Yeah.
Now, what else can you add about your garden over here and how you can dovetail into that 1 million tree initiative?
Okay, so one thing that we do that is added on to this 1 million tree initiative is just that we focus on pollinators as well. Yeah, so trees are wonderful because they help reduce the temperature. But they do not cater to as many pollinators as flowers do. Most flower pollinators like butterflies, bees, birds, they still rely a lot on flowering plants. Yeah, so our garden focuses on flowering plants more than trees. Yeah, we do plant trees here because the hilltop can get pretty hot. And again, better than building shelters, I would say plant a tree. That's way better than building all these man-made shelters. Yeah. So that's how we are trying to complement the 1 million trees project. So we also provide for the pollinators as well. Yeah. So I do hope that we could make this into an initiative itself once the million tree project is over. More is always better, but we also need to look after our pollinators. So all these empty lands that we have, I do hope we plant more wildflowers. Yeah.
So your point is that the 1 million tree project should not overlook by just planting trees, but they should also plant flowering plants, pollinators, to give it a better environment, especially for birds, butterflies, and the rest.
Yes, definitely.
So I think I hope the relevant authorities will take into consideration so that going forward, not just plant trees.
Yeah.
I think we can do a lot more.
Yeah.
For the green environment.
Yes, because that's just my 2 cents worth. Trees provide homes for these birds and all, but they still need nectar. Yeah, and flowers provide them the most.
And you need nectar so that bees and butterflies and whatever attract them, so that they can pollinate even more. And then the natural process will take over.
Yes.
And then there will be more trees and more plants all over.
Because the important thing is planting trees is important, but we need to look after our entire ecosystem. It's a whole intricate balance between everything there. Yeah, so I do hope that now that the Million Tree project is going well and we will surpass our, timeline, I do hope that, we can look into more things, because Singapore is still a garden city, and I think that's the one that I feel most proud about when I tell people I'm from Singapore. And if some of them recall that, hey, is that the garden city? I feel so happy,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Ganesh, can you just do a quick walkthrough of this Woodlands Botanical Garden up here, and then tell us a bit more about this initiative of yours?
Okay, yeah, so welcome to the newest addition to WBG. Yeah, so the interesting thing about the top part is that it's not actually WBG itself, but it's a collaboration between NParks, Republic Polytechnic, and us. Yeah, so the bottom northern slope is WBG, but the top part is actually a big collaboration between these three groups. Yeah, so as you can see here, all these manicured pathways and all are actually primarily done by the students.
Students from where?
From Republic Poly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they're from the various environmental interest groups. So they're very passionate about nature, And I feel that while people are young, we need to not just inspire them, we need to motivate them.
Inculcate in them a sense of
nature loving
and taking care of the greenery.
Responsibility.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
So it's more environmental sustainability.
Yes. Because a lot of our knowledge is from textbooks.
Okay.
Or videos. I mean, it's great that we have YouTube these days. So there's more interactive stuff happening like inside the videos. But we still need hands-on.
Okay.
Because helping rebuild nature, is not easy work.
Okay.
Yeah. So they need to know how much work it takes. And so that's how much work nature takes also to rebuild something that has been destroyed, Yeah. So now we are starting a garden from scratch. So it shows that planting a plant is not easy.
Okay.
Yeah. So it teaches us a lot of, I would say, good qualities also. Because it teaches us patience, hard work.
Now, anything special about the garden up here that you want to highlight? Any special features?
Well, we could talk about this one actually.
Okay.
So you look at these beautiful yellow flowers, right? They're actually the ancestors of the sunflower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what is this flower called, this plant called?
This is a sunflower tree.
Oh, sunflower tree.
Yeah. So you can see it grows up to 2 stories.
Okay.
Not like our typical sunflowers, which are huge and, and the good thing is that our sunflowers that we are so used to are annuals. So you have to replant them every time they die.
Oh.
And they die, very frequent, very easily.
And this one is not easily found in other parts of Singapore?
It's not common.
Not common,
Yeah. So it's considered a wildflower because one characteristic of wildflowers, right, is they are very resistant to pests.
Oh, okay.
Compared to plants that have been brought in.
Okay.
Yeah, because these plants are all used to the environment. Yeah.
So this is a good example of what we can do, especially with your garden initiative.
Yes.
We can actually introduce back some of those flowering plants that are probably going to be extinct, and then we are bringing them back.
Not just extinct, more for easy maintenance. Because most people are worried, especially, let's say, NParks, right? We can understand why the parks sometimes have, you will see all the similar plants and trees because they are low maintenance. Because our NParks have so much to look after, so must be fair to them. So these are some of the flowers that require extremely low maintenance.
Okay.
But yet,
takes care by itself.
Yes.
Okay.
And they don't need fantastic soil. They don't need you to look after them. But then they brighten up the whole space. Okay. Yeah. So there is one interesting flower there. Oh, there's another one here. Okay. So you can see this pretty flower.
Is it some kind of a hibiscus or what?
Yes, it is a hibiscus.
Oh, let me take a closer look. Because this one is quite unique in terms of the color.
Yeah, if
you don't normally see this, right?
Yes, and also you tend to walk past the plant because you don't see the flowers.
Yeah, it's like camouflage
with the leaves. Yes. Yeah, so it's a very pretty flower, you know.
Okay.
But the important thing is, this only remains open till about 11
In the
in the
morning.
morning. Yes.
Oh, and then so overnight it will
Just
bloom
enough.
and then
Morning it blooms. Once the
oh,
sun touches, the flower you see is still opening up a little
okay.
bit more. So once
But
it's
by
full,
11 you will just
it will close up.
close up and wither.
So most of the time, if you come late, you don't even know these plant
Okay.
flowers.
All right.
You know, so the best time to visit a garden is always in the morning.
Okay. Good suggestion. All right.
It is another interesting flower we have here.
Uh-huh.
So this, I call it the lantern flower.
Oh, yeah, it does look like a lantern.
Very pretty, like a little skirt also, right?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. So these are some of the interesting ones we have here.
What plant did we call this?
Oh, this one I don't know the scientific name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I call it the lantern flower. Hangs like lanterns.
So there are still things you don't really know, huh?
Well, too many things. Yeah,
Okay.
because we can never cover, you know, everything.
Okay, Ganesh, let's round up and for you to give your final 2 cents worth, what would you like to say to our audience?
Okay, so I think we are very lucky to be in Singapore because our government has fantastic like green initiatives. You know, so do try to find your nearest initiative and try to join them. You know, yeah, it'd be good to be part of these projects, all these projects together. Yeah, so I hope we have another million tree project every time one ends. You know,
Okay.
yeah,
It should be a continuous thing.
yes, correct.
And everybody should try to develop some form of green fingers as well.
Yeah, correct. You know,
Okay.
and NParks has wonderful programs that we can learn from. You know, so do engage with your community gardens, with NParks officers, and try to learn. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Ganesh, that's all time we have. Thank you so much. And hope to see you again and talk about greening of Singapore.
Thank you. Please
Right.
visit us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye bye.